the voice of the Lord is over the waters. Here, voice means voice sound. This voice appears a total of 7 times in today's text, which symbolizes God's perfect power, majesty, and grandeur, as well as God's perfect rule and sovereignty. And here, waters refers to the thick clouds that contain a large amount of rain. However, this word evokes God's creation of the world in Genesis chapter 1. Looking at Genesis chapter 1, we see that our God creates all things only by His word. In the manner of God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Like that, the words of today's text show that our God, only by His voice, by His word, rules and dominates this world and the entire universe according to His will. Even if all this is difficult to understand with our human reason and wisdom. Anyway, this wisdom, power, and glory of God, all these things are wonders that we humans cannot even conceive. No, God is much greater and more vast than we humans think and judge. For example, God is the one who, only by His word, can create not just one universe, but thousands, tens of thousands of universes, and can rule and dominate everything He has created according to His will. Then, why does David emphasize this here? It is because we humans think of this wonderful God in too small, too insignificant a way, and because of that, we may not understand at all and doubt the salvation that God performs. That is, by imprisoning God in my own reason and wisdom, limiting, reducing, and thinking of God's power, authority, and wisdom as something very small, one may not understand and doubt, how can God perform such salvation? Is that not so? Many people, even while seeing and hearing wonders regarding the salvation God performs, do not understand it at all, doubt it, and do not accept it. Why is that? It is because there is a tendency to think of God's power, authority, wisdom, and glory in a very small and reduced way. Hey! Didn't someone just invent this for religion? Furthermore, you can even see people mocking and scoffing at it. No, how can a virgin who does not know a man give birth to a child? How can a dead person live again with a spiritual body and ascend? But our God is the one who, only by His voice, by His word, can create thousands, tens of thousands of worlds and universes, and can rule and dominate everything He has created according to His will. No, our God who performs this salvation is much greater and more vast than we humans think. Therefore, if God decides to do it, He can perform not only these miracles we encounter in the Bible, but miracles much greater than those. Whether it is the conception by the Holy Spirit, the virgin birth, the resurrection and ascension, or the miracle of the 5 loaves and 2 fish that fed thousands of people, or the miracle of the manna that fell from the sky for 40 years, etc. No, God can perform miracles much greater than these if He so desires.